All right. Hey, man. Say, man. Do. Welcome to another episode of the Stuck in the Middle podcast where you know it's up and it's stuck. Every week. Again.
We good.
I'm about to say, we can hit it, though.
Of course.
Nah, we ain't. Man, I see what y'all want to do. But y'all already know the vibes. Before we do anything, we gotta make sure we're locked in. So I need you to +1 all the plats, and when you do it, make sure you double punch. That's how you get all the notifications for when we go for a new video, new post, any kind of live notification. You will get it directly to your phone, so you know what we do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whoa, no diddy, no diddy. Wow.
Take that. Take that.
No, take that.
Punch, so.
No diddy.
Yeah, we're getting away with a lot. So.
Yeah, it's been really rough. Let's just say for the rest of the next 12 episodes, they're all no diddy.
No, we're no. When you say double punch, we're out of there anyway.
Yeah, so it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah,
we're
it's a wrap.
Yeah,
We're 30 episodes in on double
bro,
punch.
30
Oh,
decades,
30?
bro.
Yeah, episode 30. You know what I'm saying? 30 ball. 30
We're
ball.
third way to the century,
there
almost.
you go. 30.
a little
Steph
bit.
Curry. The Steph Curry episode?
Oh,
wow.
This is the Steph episode.
This is the Steph
With the
episode.
No, that should be the label
It's
of
the
this week.
Steph
Steph episode.
The Steph episode.
Hey,
Come on, we got something.
I take him to Stucky U with that one.
We got
Yeah,
something.
Steph
Hey, man.
episode.
But y'all know I keep the fan with me. We can't go no further. My name is Official Social Cues. You can follow me everywhere on that.
Yo, hey, first off, kudos to you with the self-introduction first. That's
Yeah.
you don't ever do that. So
Nah, listen, it's
yeah.
never about me. I'm third.
it don't matter. okay.
Down first, other second.
Bro,
I'm
hey.
third.
Low key, I still got the plaque.
No, listen, throw it away. Trauma tells me that was a bad choice.
Look, it is what it is. Anyway, Coach Hef, Higher Ed Fred in the building.
It's your boy B. Will Cooks. We're here.
Bro,
No, I
what
thought- wait,
what did I do this
Because
time,
I thought you
bro?
were gonna call yourself.
Not there.
It wasn't. You weren't gonna call him
I
Ice
wasn't gonna
Spice.
say nothing.
Nah. I wasn't even thinking.
See, look.
He letting
He
them
went
behind
to-
the scenes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
damn.
that's
Bro, he
crazy.
said, I know, right, bro.
Oh, you
he
did?
said he gonna fuel.
How many spades you got in your hand? Damn. Like,
I ain't got nothing but 3 in the possum.
You said three count of 1, 2, 3.
I forgot what it did.
oh, quick question though. Do y'all play bags? Yes or no? Stuckies, I want to know. Put in the comments. Do you play bags in spades?
Can you explain what bags and spades means first?
Okay, haven't played spades in a while, but bags is okay. I don't know.
Bags of bags of
I
sand.
can't remember.
listen.
I can't remember.
You know,
No, I'm
when you
just
play
kidding. I'm
spades,
just kidding.
you set what you believe
Yeah.
that you're going to get as books at the beginning.
That's right.
So if you and your partner say y'all got 6 books, if you go over and you get 8, that's 2 bags.
That's a bag.
If you get a certain amount of bags, you are set back points.
5. The number's 5.
Yes.
And culturally,
If you go
that's
to 5 and
disrespectful.
then you go back.
Yeah, culturally, that's disrespectful because the game is kind of built on your ability to be vulnerable and honest. And then you're supposed to see that defensively and make your own choices. So
I think it's a good structure. But anyway, what
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah, based
Yeah,
on
for
the team that bid first.
Yeah, I think it's a good structure, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
bags is.
Yeah, it
yeah.
just makes you, like you said.
if you
keeps
keeps
you
you
are a real
accountable.
spades player,
keeps you
you're playing
accountable.
bags.
Yeah, keeps you accountable.
yeah, when I throw a tournament, we're doing bags. I don't play
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
cheap.
And no blinds till you got 60.
Might charge you a fee if you don't even want to play bags.
Hey, and you ain't doing nothing shorter than 60 blind. That's what I look at. Don't ask me for nothing less than
Oh,
60
you're
at
going
least.
too hard now.
No.
Hey,
60.
a tournament without catfish.
Yeah,
Real talk.
gotta have.
And hot
Speaking of
sauce.
catfish,
Nah, speaking of food.
that's also what your hair look like. You know, the fish fry.
That's low. That's
That's
hate.
twice
That's
in less
hate.
than.
That's the
Hold
blue
up.
man.
That's hate.
It's twice in less than
Hey,
3
y'all
minutes.
know when y'all go to the
gun it for
counter and order the fish, that blue bag that's under the
or the red. It's
That's
spicy.
hate.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Yeah.
Right next to the Old Bay.
That's hate.
Hey,
I was thinking
speaking of
about
old
that.
Hey,
Hey,
Ma, you hear this? Ma, you hear this? Trifling, bro.
Really, Cori said your hair is like cornmeal.
I was thinking of McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Boy, where's the ranch?
Barbecue sauce. We did it.
Hey, Stuckies, bro, just fill up the comments. What it look
A
like?
chicken nugget is hilarious.
Yes,
dog.
bro, like-
That's tough.
Yo,
Hey,
yo.
or a
Hey,
bleach tennis ball. You
A
know, what
bleach
you
tennis
put
ball.
the tennis ball, or you let it get in the sun.
Hey, from
too
afar, I thought he was bald. It was blending in with his skin tone.
That's
At
tough.
least you got hair though.
y'all about to say, oh, y'all better be
Fire
quiet.
This is the most hate that we can get off
We
on
can,
people
that's
with
No,
hair.
real talk,
ever.
we
that's
gotta
it.
get it
That's
off.
really what it is. This is hair hate. We can't get it.
Kara or Cara? If you know, you know. Go to Be With Cooks on all social media platforms, please.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of, let's be with Cooks.
No, we on Corey.
Yeah,
I think.
we
I
are.
know,
Oh
I'm just saying, let
yeah.
him do it.
I'm Corey from Corey's Corner. Perry, somewhere. He right here. He usually up here. He said he don't want to work today. He want to play.
What is that? A French braid?
That fell out of Jeremy Hayes.
Bro, that's gonna be the theme, bro. That's gonna be the theme. All of y'all don't know. After this episode, hands is being thrown. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Okay, my bad.
Do it on camera. No, I'm just
We don't condone assault.
You don't have to condone it.
Guys, this is what we do every single week. We show up and we give hilarious takes to pop culture news and reviews and everything else out there. We start off with you, by the way. You send us your Stucky Situations. The easiest way to do that is go to what?
StuckyPod.com.
StuckyPod.com.
It's the first thing you can click on.
Man, it's the literal thing on the page. It says, give it to us.
Because sometimes they...
Yeah, if you are stuck, let's talk about this real quick. You're stuck. What does that mean? It can mean 1,000 things. Maybe I'm stuck financially. Maybe I'm stuck emotionally. Maybe I'm stuck in my career. Maybe I'm stuck in my emotions. I just don't know what I'm stuck in. I don't know the next way to get out. Y'all just send it to us, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get it out.
Your hair stuck.
Bro,
What if you're stuck with
if
the hair
it wouldn't
color?
get bleeped out, I would flick you off right now.
He said flick.
I have to.
Monetize.
It's the die.
Hey, we trying to monetize, so you right. We edited it.
I hit you with the Michael Jackson. What he said. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Hey, fish.
But go. It's fish. Listen, just go to StuckyPod.com. StuckyPod, POD.com. And if you need to learn how to spell .com, you shouldn't be on the internet. But that's all right. You can send us some mail, I guess. You know, maybe
But that's how we start, guys. We start very simply. You guys give us your stuff. We read about it. We try to get you unstuck. We move on from there. We see what's stuck and stupid in the world. And there's plenty out there. So much so that we put it on the wheel. That's what Be With Cooks does for us today. And then at the end, put it in a nice little bow. Get us all unstuck and send us on our way for the week with Cori. And guys, that's the show. It's about an hour and a half. Hopefully you stick around. First thing we do, though, is talk about our week and see if we can do a Stucky Week-cap. I started with Brian last week. Let me see.
You did.
Cori, talk to me.
I thought you was gonna double up. Start with yourself.
No,
Yeah.
man. That's too much me.
Well, we get the popcorn, so I get to choose next. What have I been stuck on this week? This week at work has felt like, you ever had a week where it felt like it's 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
Bro, see, that would burn me out. But that's what this week has felt like, bro. Like, it's been so much work that had to be done. But it was like, it's work that I enjoy doing, but it's like, dang, bro, you get to the point, you're like, damn, it's only Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Them days definitely felt like they was dragging along.
You wake up, and I get home. Also, I would get home late every night. So that's also play into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Throw my schedule off. But what else have I been stuck on? All right, so I got these, I'm shooting a documentary, and I got the home films from mom and dad, like on VHS, and I'm trying to digitize them. And the VCR I had, bro. I'm like, all right.
For those of y'all who don't know,
Yeah, can we explain what
my
a VCR
gosh.
is?
yes.
We have to do
Do you know what the VCR stands for?
video compact recorder or something like that.
Of course
Video
you know.
cassette
Google.
recorder. Video cassette.
He's a
recorder.
production company.
New age.
Yeah, do you feel me? We're not using VCRs. I had one though; it wasn't working, and I was like, "Dang, let me look up VCRs, bro. Do you know how much VCR is going for right now?
Yeah, a lot.
Because
Bro,
they're vintage now.
200 something,
Even
bro.
if it's something.
Bro, Facebook
Because they're not being made.
Because they're not being made. They're out of production, so they cost a pretty penny.
What about
I'm
the
like,
TV with the VCR connected?
That probably
That
about
probably be
3,000.
even worse.
I'm talking about the little smile boy.
Yeah,
That probably about
that's
cool
still
three
the worst.
three
But you
bills.
also got to break, if you think about it for what he's doing, you got to literally break the TV down and
Yeah.
reconfigure it
And-
because he's trying to digitize
Oh,
it.
yeah.
not
So-
just watch it.
So then I said, man, let me just try my luck and go to the pawn store. I went to the pawn store.
Found you a bunch of them.
No, I didn't. I found DVD players.
Oh, yeah, that's that. Yeah.
And then the lady was like, can I help you find something? I was like, I'm looking for a VCR. I'm telling her what I was doing. She said, now this is cool about her. So shout out to this pawn store. I will come through and buy that camera.
Is this place in Arlington by
It
chance?
is in Arlington.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Off of Cooper?
Yup, the red.
It's a
sign?
blue store though.
Red, white, blue, or
sign,
just red,
White.
blue?
Red, white, and blue store. It's by the Golden Corral.
That's right. Right next door.
Yes, bro.
They're the best.
Shout out to them.
And they got a manager dude that's pretty cool too. But go
Well, it
ahead.
was two ladies in there, and she said, well, think about it this way. Most people with VCRs, you know, maybe it was their grandparents, they passed away. They're just trying to get rid of it, so they sell it to like a Goodwill or a Salvation Army. So
Smart.
right. So I said, oh, that's game. Bro, I went to Goodwill and I'm looking all over. I can't find it. And I see one DVD player and I could tell there's something underneath. And I'm like, dang, I hope this is a VHS player. I opened it up. Yes. Bro, it's a VHS and DVD player like combined.
Oh yeah, one of that.
Remember when we
Right.
got those? That changed the world, bro.
Facts.
Back in the day.
So I'm like, man, let me look at the sticker price. It can't be 2 bags from Goodwill. $7. I said, bet. Even if it don't work, it was $7.
Yeah, and you might be able to.
Yeah, I might be able to,
fix it.
fix it. But I came home, that mug was working. Dog. First off, I got a Star Wars DVD that somebody left in there. So,
what episode?
Wow.
4.
That's tough.
I know.
Yeah.
Four is tough.
Somebody left in there. And yeah, I've been digitizing the film. So that's what I've been stuck on. Seeing like us as a kids, which is kind of weird, but it's cool at the same time. And we'll be able to
I
have
had
it
2
forever.
flashbacks right there. One was Blockbuster. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
The other, and this is where I get really old, was Be Kind and Rewind.
Oh, bro.
Mhm.
And you never did.
Not necessarily the title of the movie. I'm talking about actually having to go buy the original equipment that was a rewinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and-
Or when we got a little bit more money, remember they had the auto rewinds.
Yes. That
Yeah,
was
but
crazy.
That's what I'm going back in time to talk.
Yeah, where you had to like manually do that mud.
Mhm.
Or remember how Dad used to do the cassettes when he would get the big madness that would erase everything.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
flip it in.
Yeah.
That was crazy. We used to finesse Blockbuster. Blockbuster got into the video game rental.
Oh wait, no, they did. No,
They
yeah,
did.
talk about it.
Blockbuster. This is probably the reason why. Blockbuster went into the video game rentals, and I'll tell you how I was finessing. Well, we used to play so many video games, they would get scratched up. I go straight to Blockbuster and rent one and swap them out, my boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Toothpaste on it.
Netflix, the CEO.
Netflix used to do that too.
Well, no, Netflix talked about how they won with Blockbuster. He broke it down in the video. He said it was at the moment when they both started doing rentals,
Yeah.
but Blockbuster was just trying to like copycat, and there was an issue with their billing, and they had like 4 or 5 different times they came out with it and it wouldn't work. They finally got it right, but the new CEO came in and was like, this rental stuff's not going to work. So he pulled the plug at the exact moment that Netflix was competing
They
with
should
him.
have just kept going.
Right.
Yeah.
So the second he pulled the plug, Netflix just took off. Like,
Come on, man. Crazy. And
Let that tell you
Netflix used to
something.
be crazy too. But anyway, that's what I've been stuck on. Super excited about that. And this weekend I might. The one thing I'm waiting to launch is, as far as my website launch, by the way, y'all saw that.
Shout out to Kane
Street Media. But the funding campaign hasn't launched yet because the percentages of campaigns that get funded that have video to start off is astronomical. So I will not launch it without the introductory video.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been waiting on this for. And I'm doing all of that. So hopefully over this weekend, I'll be able to tie everything up. And next week, it'll be launched. And I'm just looking to raise $12,500. That's
A little
the-
measly. Nothing, sir.
That's it. But anyway, Jeremy, I'm throwing it to
Hey,
you.
he said popcorn. I'm stuck on volleyball season coming to an end for my teams this weekend. So I got one more tournament left. It's a long drive, which is gonna suck.
It's a long shot.
Yeah. And then I'm just stuck on still trying to figure out how to make sure I can walk in a couple years. Again, doctors hit me up.
Them knees going crazy.
Yeah, man, they hurting.
Hey, trust
I'm
me, I
trying
can't
everything,
laugh.
bro.
What do you say? I fell faster than Lieutenant Dan with new legs.
Yeah, bro. I need new legs, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
That patella ain't lying.
I got tape on all the time. Like need compression sleeves. Doctor, somebody who's willing to give your boy a chance. Oh, you know what else?
You're hilarious, bro. This boy, but Jeremy is the most unintentional hilarious person ever, bro.
He don't realize how hilarious because he's being serious.
Bro.
That's why it's hilarious.
It's
Because
Curb
he's
Your
dead
Enthusiasm.
serious.
Yes,
He's literally,
yes.
he's not joking.
Anyway,
He's
go
never
ahead.
even got with the show either. But like,
See?
hilarious. Another thing I'm stuck on top of having bad knees, I got bad ears. Okay. My hearing aids.
You see what I'm saying?
He's a hearing aid.
What you want me to
No,
do?
he's-
I'm dead serious.
I
Like-
know, that's what I'm saying. But what you want me to do with those?
Well,
responses?
so
What
anyway,
I'm
I have hearing aids, and when I'm coaching, we really about to do this again, bro. Anyway, when I'm coaching, they're in ear canal hearing aids, and so like as I talk, they like fall out of my ear. So it's
you
it gets
gotta get
annoying that they're
resized or
always
something.
literally like I'm when I'm wearing them,
You
I'm
need
always
some
like just
glue or
tapping them.
something, or you gotta get a better fit or something.
Well, they're size to my ear canal, but my ear canal, like, you weren't supposed to move when it was getting measured, and so like
Oh, you need to be
my
moving
jaw
with it.
moves, and then the ear canal moves, and so it'll literally like
Got a little
slowly
wax
wiggle
in there moving it.
Nah,
Yeah, so all those teams out there, the A&R teams out there that are listening, this is how you take feedback back to those companies, start your own,
yeah.
and you say, listen, when you're testing for this stuff,
We
make
gonna
sure
be
they
moving
go work
around.
out.
Yeah. Hey, well, look. Whenever we post this video, bro, tag USA Volleyball. USA Volleyball has a men's volleyball. David Smith, he's completely deaf, right? He plays and he has hearing aids that he's even able to play in. I don't know what it is, but they stay. I want those. Does someone tell me what they are?
David, hit him up.
Please.
Yeah,
tell 'em.
bro, stop at the gatekeeping.
Yeah, stop
Straight
the
up.
hit him, David.
Stop the cap.
I mean,
Even though
I
they
know-
might
Might
be
have to put it in the
30,000.
I know.
You
I know. Insurance, please.
They might be.
Look, popcorn.
Man, David, you got you know, I'm just telling the truth.
Popcorn. Social cues.
I've been waiting because I didn't know what to make of it this whole time. Everybody had really good points about what they thought it looked like. I got it. It's a foundation brush. It's you know what I'm saying? When you be
The one that get the mold in it.
yeah. Well, before it when it's like it's
I
brand
was
new.
talking about this.
It's brand new.
Yeah, that's why I had to look away,
It's
bro.
brand new. It's brand new.
I thought it was a pop filter, but that's all I mean.
I was thinking the solar eclipse.
You said solar eclipse, bro. I hate all y'all right now.
It's that sunrise off of Lion King.
Nah, he had number 2 pencil.
All right. Oh, the number 2. All right.
Wow.
Now, this week was a weird one. My kiddo was sick, so like I was just stuck on being in daddy daycare for a while. It felt like I was doing
How
it
was
for
the
about,
party?
Which party?
The
Because all I do is
party.
party.
Yeah, birthday party. What
Oh,
school
you
is this?
talking about little man?
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
said there was. Remember last episode you said something about the sodas and drinks, but you wanted to wait
Yeah,
until after
which-
the party.
I never learned. Did y'all hear it? I didn't hear it.
No, he said it. We wanted to wait until after the party.
Yeah, no.
Is that off camera or on camera?
No, it was a themed party.
Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's right. It was at Chuck E. Cheese.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Yeah, so you can talk about it now because it's over with. But it was because we finessed, bro.
Of course.
Yeah,
Are you
listen.
gonna tell the finesse or no?
I'll if I feel like I got roasted for this last time by Cori. Do you remember?
Yeah, tell
I did the Keith Lee hack, and he was like, "It's not a hack no more because everybody knows it."
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it again, just so I get yelled at again. Okay, look, what it was is there's a birthday party, and those have packages. They're expensive.
Mm.
There is an event, and those also have packages. Maybe they're not so expensive. And maybe those same friends that were going to go to Cruz's birthday party were on his soccer team. And they're having an event. So
Talking business.
shout out Chuck E. Cheese. Let's just say I saved like a third of the cost, whatever it was going to be, which was going to be hella expensive.
I would do the same. I'm not claiming
no,
for that.
I'm just saying people don't.
No, that's stupid on Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
I 100% understand that. I'm saying that there's not a lot of people that know that.
Oh,
Like,
well,
Shout
yeah.
out to my wife for being a hustler.
Oh, you're saying you should do the okay, yeah.
there we
Now
go.
that
So you're
part-
saying you are the new
yeah,
Keith Lee.
now you're the Keith Lee. You're telling everybody what the finesse is. What you're saying?
There,
Yes.
there it
Now
is.
I do think
There it is.
that maybe you should have told us all camera.
I know. That's what I was holding out
But
for.
it's okay because in a couple of weeks, Charles ain't gonna be entertaining no more. He gonna be mad. He want his money back.
Yeah, Chucky gonna be like,
Them
what
prices
happened,
gonna
fam?
look real even.
But I'd like to see Charles in court, as and some of those folks there were actually on his team. So they see you in court, Chuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was on daddy daycare for the week. It felt like I was in there for 1,000 hours because we need 1,000 followers. And we still got it on the class. We're almost there. Woo! Hey, shout out to Instagram. We're at 820 something. 20
Yeah,
something.
I see YouTube go up a little bit.
Where
Where YouTube at?
we're like
550
530.
something.
That's
Yeah.
554.
That's a
Something
big
like that.
climb in less than a month.
Yeah, 554.
so-
Yeah, for sure.
Facebook's around 450.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I send out the little
Where the audio
follow
at?
thing.
Did it pass 1,000 yet?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
it
We're
was like
at
2
like
episodes ago.
1,100
Yeah.
something.
But I'm not saying when do we get one of the monetization for that?
Oh,
So
which one?
here's how monetization works.
For audio, is really in sponsorship.
Hold on. Let
Yeah.
me just start so we can break this down. Here's how, because I don't want people to not understand. Remember, we're trying to break through that bubble, right? We're stuck in the middle. We're trying to show people how to get out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. There's no money in posting, guys.
0.
I'll start again. There's no money in posting, guys. You get paid around a penny
Yeah, posting is really just building a brand.
Right. So what we're doing here is we're building a community. All this stuff you see costs money that we pay for. You see, YouTube doesn't pay for this. Instagram doesn't pay for this. Facebook doesn't pay for this.
TikTok.
Nobody pays for this. This is out of our pockets. Okay. So if you're going to do something like this, you have to have some kind of leisure, which is why we say, hey, don't just jump out on the blocks without nothing, because it ain't going to look like this. Okay. They don't pay. So you need to at least on YouTube have 1,000, right? But then you need to have some what we call watch time. So you can have 1,000 followers, but you ain't got watch time in that same year. No money. Don't get me started on other platforms. You need at least 10K.
10K for most of them to even.
At least 10,000
Some
followers.
of them you can't even go live.
No, you got to get invited.
Facts.
So you might have 10,000 and still not get the invite.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are in this for the money, run. Don't even do it.
Yeah, honestly.
No,
but
seriously.
that's why most people tap out around 20 episodes.
Because they realize what it is.
Yeah.
So we're here for the community because we know we have something major with you guys. Like you guys send us your stuff and you guys trust us. And we find that to be more expensive than any kind of dollar amount that they can give us from any of these platforms. And again, even if we made millions and millions of views on these platforms, it's not going to pay us what you think. There's 4 of us here splitting whatever that's going to be.
Yeah,
So it ain't, trust me, whatever you think that's about is not that. We're here for y'all. Trust me. So I had to make sure I say that about. I'm glad you brought monetization up. Let's clear the air. You're gonna have to go hard to get that. Most people get their money from outside of what they're doing by doing brand deals.
It's kind of like athletes, right? Like most people, they see like NFL players and they'll be like, oh, these people are millionaires. And it's like, there's a 53-man roster and not all of them are making the same bread, bro.
And not all those contracts are guaranteed,
no,
brother.
they're not. So some people are making league minimum.
That's right.
And sure, the league minimum to you is a lot of money. But when you're doing that and you have to pay an agent and you have to pay state taxes for every state that you play in.
Come on.
And you have a manager that you have to have.
And half has already gone to the government.
And half has gone to the government. So when you get down to it, some of them NFL players is actually living like you.
More like you than you think.
Yes, than you think.
Or less even.
Yeah. But our mindset goes to, because we see them on these big stages, we assume that like these people get money. Or even influencers, bro. There's so many influencers out there. You think they getting bread? They're broke.
They're lying to you.
They do not have money. I'm telling you that. It is just a few of them huge YouTube stars who really making Kai's he making bread. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't a lot of Kai's in the world.
Yeah. And if you have a special product like a B-Wood Cooks, and you can monetize on that, but you have to start with the community.
And you can make money. It just it ain't the bread you think.
No, it's life-changing bread.
Yeah.
But you just have to, we're being realistic about this pod. There's 4 of us. So remember, when you're doing all this kind of thinking and planning, because I hear this a lot. Now that we're in this, I know you guys get the same when y'all out in public. Hey, man, I really want to start this pod. You guys inspire me. You know, what should I do? And I just want to tell them straight up, like, do you have a tiny amount of doubt in your head? Because if not, there's no point. Don't even get started. There's so much to do to keep it going. There's no point in getting started.
And if you don't, jump in.
No, don't let me discourage you either. If you got it, go for it. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it 100 with you the whole way. Yeah, like go for it. But you better be ready to go for it because it's gonna hit you in the mouth quick.
What you been stuck on, B-Wood?
Come on.
Stuck on this fan. Just turn my ass up.
Hold on,
bro. There's a blanket right here.
No, I'm good.
I'm
used to it.
I'm about to say, this fan feel good. I'm about to roll up the sleeves, cool out, you know.
I'm over here getting tore up.
Bro, I see the goosebumps. What's that?
Stop coming to the podcast naked.
Summer about to hit.
Hey, first off, you cut it off? Oh, I'm gonna die.
What?
It's all good.
No, I'm about to say you can leave it on. It don't matter.
I
ain't really.
Yeah, about to say it matters. You mentioned it.
Yeah, I'm just stuck on content, man. It ain't nothing else. I'm stuck on just work.
Yeah.
It's that simple for me, man.
Feel that.
30 episodes.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's it. Guys.
30 episodes.
Stucky's ain't. My life is boring. I ain't got nothing to be happy
He's lying,
about.
by the
He's
way.
I'm telling you. No, seriously, it's really just.
Wait.
It's really just.
Well, I don't want to give up your content because I was like, food, weekend.
So what?
I don't want to say it if you don't want me
It
to say
sounded
it.
like
I don't.
booby hands.
Who?
Booby hands. It sounds like booby hands.
I don't know if it sounds like booby hands, but it
Yeah.
might sound like cool lux estable.
Nah, he didn't go there. He went to
Yeah.
booby hands. We just don't
Booby
want to say
hands.
it.
No, we can say whatever. Foodie land.
There you go.
RS.
Booby land.
okay,
Booty.
okay,
All
okay.
right.
How was that?
Wait, time out. What were you?
How was that?
What were you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, it's just
Booby
that's
has
what I'm
food
saying. I'm just stuck on content. It's just getting better, man.
Yeah.
Like
Was the food good?
food was trash. Call it what it is. I'm really just stuck on that, man. I really want to do the being out and connecting with people. I'm really good at it, and I just want to do more of it and get really good. So that's all I'm stuck on. I got all these things planned: spending money, being a boss. When you want to be a boss, it's just, hey, how's your day? Oh, it's good.
Yeah, because that's
It
it.
ain't. Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
nothing exciting for me, but I'm just creating content, man. I guess creating the content's fun. But that's it, man.
That's
Yeah,
it.
That's better than some people.
Because they be in a stucky situation. All right.
Bro, it is getting better every week. I ain't gonna lie.
It's getting tighter. Pause. Whoa, no
Yeah,
Diddy.
that was- yeah.
I mean,
We got to pass.
Oh yeah, for the next like 5 episodes.
We got to pass,
no, I
baby.
thought it was forever. It was infinity, bro.
Infinity, no Diddy.
Infinity
bro.
pass.
Infinity Diddy.
Infinity snaps.
Doing the most. All right, so here is this week's Stucky situation. My boyfriend and I have been in a relationship for almost 4 years. He's from Missouri and I'm from Texas, so he's been here in Texas for the last 4 years. FYI, I have 2 kids. When we met, he was the breadwinner, and I've made consistent good money for the last 7 years. In the beginning, he took care of all of my bills and expenses. For the last 3 years, he's had trouble holding down a job. He gets very frustrated at work and quits. But from my understanding, he never did this in Missouri. In December, we signed a lease to rent a 3-bedroom home with a front and backyard for half the rent I was paying at an apartment in a nice neighborhood.
Dang.
But since the first month we moved in, he hasn't had a job. I can't kick him out because we both are on the lease. And also, he's kind of free childcare for my kids. What should I do?
Yeah,
So this is an anonymous poster, but some stats. This one is 25 to 34-year-old black female.
I'm assuming the boyfriend black too.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
you
There
assume
is some data,
Hey, what do you mean
some
by that?
demographic data,
I'm just assuming.
demographic
Not
data
in
we're
the-
missing.
You know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I maybe I gotta ask. You know,
What do you-
that's
what
why I
do you
said I'm
mean by
assuming.
that?
Dr. Umar said he slid in.
No, Dr. Umar said donations.
Yeah, so who gonna pop off?
I'll start off. First of all, is
go
it
ahead.
Missouri or Missouri?
It's
need to know.
misery.
It's misery, right?
I know people there are from there. They say Missouri. I just think that's kind of funny.
We call it Mizu.
A lot of things to unpack here. God bless. First of all, we're gonna pray for y'all because kids are involved. Anytime there's kids involved, like that's just a special place for me. Let's go back to the beginning. You said that he was the breadwinner and he paid for everything. I'm gonna say that one more time. In the beginning
God created the heavens and the earth,
and the earth,
and the earth was out.
void.
Well, he didn't
Form
though.
and void.
This person didn't.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, sorry.
I said God.
In the beginning of y'all's relationship, he was the breadwinner, and you put good in you know,
Right,
it
because
wasn't
she said that she made good money for
Yeah.
him.
but good to whom? Right.
I'm saying, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
so-
enough for her, maybe.
But was it good enough to pay anything? Because you said that he took care of all my bills.
Mm.
So whatever the money was, it was yours to have because you said he took care of all my bills. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going back to that because we can't act like that didn't happen. That's the part that frustrates me about like when I read stuff like this. Now let's flash forward to the time where now he's in the. Remember, y'all were in a relationship, by the way, and you went far enough with this gentleman to have kids with him.
I don't know.
No.
She says, FYI, I have 2 kids.
Yeah,
so
I have 2,
my
yeah.
assumption is she has 2 kids that are not his.
Yeah.
Okay, so check me out.
Go ahead.
They're in the house with him, and she says she uses him as free daycare, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So they're his kids right now. He's playing the role of like them being there. He sleeps with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's in the house. So maybe you didn't go past the threshold of having sex to have kids with this person.
But he's
you
definitely a caretaker.
understand what I'm saying. So you got to trust him that much. You understand what I'm saying to you? So what happened to the beginning? Why can't we have this moment right now? Yes, maybe you do want to challenge him to be a little bit more consistent, and I think that's what the problem here is. You're trying to address the fact that he's making some choices that are impacting y'all's family, and he was not like this in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you know, in Missouri, he wasn't with somebody that had 2 kids, right?
Yeah. I mean, he might have been by himself.
Right, and maybe he moved a little differently because he was not
By
with
himself.
somebody that has 2 kids, right?
Right.
So to blame all this, I don't know. To me, it feels more like, okay, you may have a gripe. First of all, y'all need to be one-on-one, having a conversation about this very strategically, talking about it, giving him some examples, letting him get out his emotions. He's going to say some stuff to you that you're probably not going to understand. right? As a man, I know what it feels like to be like in a level of a provider, and then all of a sudden it gets kind of swiped from under you.
Facts.
It's hard to explain that to a woman, like very hard what that feels like. So maybe emotionally there's been some damage done, and he's still coping with it and can't do it in an effective way right now. Either way, there was a moment where you were vulnerable, and he picked up the slack. And I don't see you talking about how he treated you during that time. You didn't say he treated you like crap during that time. You didn't say he beat on you during that time.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So it was okay when you was going through it.
You sound like Kevin Samuels.
Nah. All right,
I don't. Oh, come on! Don't do that to me. R.I.P. Mr. Samuels. But
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
It was a
My-
on the account of like if you actually watch Kevin Samuels
that's right.
material, he was all about accountability.
That's all I'm trying to say here.
That's why I say you
don't
sound like Kevin
overdo the pushing the button here on who, like on why you should be having issues with him or not. Because this is why, again, you have the age old thing of like men are better providers, and I don't mean that in a sense to say that women aren't capable of providing. What I mean is, we may have a more innate ability to do it without having a constraint to it. Like when it's my time to do it, I don't feel like I have to hold it over your head, in this space.
I think it's something we got to address as a culture,
Yeah, 100%.
particularly us. We can speak to this as black men, but what I'm getting here, and the thing that you may be peeved about, anonymous black woman, is that he is not holding a job,
Tough.
right? And in the black community, what's the first question? If somebody get a new man, what's their first question?
What does he do?
Does he have a job?
What does he do?
Does he have kids?
Why do we put so much emphasis on the character of a person based on if they work?
And not just if, but where and what.
Because I have friends in other cultures and they don't do that.
No.
Like, the way I'm looking at this is this, and maybe you could take this perspective as well. Yes, there are responsibilities and things need to be done, but if he hasn't had a job since December, and y'all haven't had too much financial problems, it's not like y'all are in peril, right? As far as financially. So there's been a little bit of leeway enough that like he cannot hold a job and y'all can still survive.
Mm-hmm.
If you love this man,
Mm-hmm.
there's something a little deeper here that we need to explore,
Talk to me. Now we're getting there.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not why can't you keep a job in the tone of like, you're a man, you need a job. It's what's going on? Like, what is happening that you're getting so frustrated that you can't work? Now, granted, the reason why we need you as a family to work is because we need the income for us and the children and set up for the future, and the children are going to grow and yada, yada, yada. But I think there's some supportive things there. But here's where you may have messed up. Hear me out. This is your boyfriend.
Come on.
Y'all living together. His name's on the lease. Now, I'm not trying to get even spiritual or religious here when it comes to it. I think this, when people talk about marriage as a license or whatever, this is one of them things.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be living with him.
Or at least have
You feel
him
so
on the lease.
right. You feel so conflicted to still be with him because he's still on a lease, and you're getting something out of this because it's free childcare, right? You don't have to pay for childcare,
It's the last thing you said.
right? Which is wild.
God.
But I get it. I understand it. That's one of the pressures that's keeping you connected. But y'all been together for 4 years. 4 years. You're 25 to 34. So let's think about this. If you just turned 25, y'all been together since you've been 21. If you've been 25, you're now 29, right? You hear me out? 4 years and y'all haven't talked about, are y'all on a path to get married? Is that what's in the foreground for y'all? If it is, conversation need to be had about what's going on with this man, spiritually and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Support him. If it's not,
Then now we
Time to
don't
let go.
know what we're
Let
talking
it
about right now.
go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
yeah, like
Nothing to talk about.
well, it ain't nothing to talk about. Like at that point, y'all are roommates
Mm-hmm.
that tend to do other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think, even as a friend, you should be supportive in the fact of like the tone should not necessarily be, I can't kick him out because it is. it should more, and I won't say what you should do, but I think it would behoove you, let me use my big words, to be supportive in a manner where you're asking questions of, hey, I rock with you, I love you. The man that I got into a relationship with, I'm not seeing some of those tenets. And the man that I want to be around my children, I'm not seeing some of those tenets. And I want to be able to support you to get back to some of those things or get to where you feel comfortable enough to where the person who I fell in love with is shining out. And I know we go through tough times. So it's okay for you to go through a tough period. How can I support you through that period, but also help you get better? That's what I'm trying to get at. Mm-hmm. It's tough. This is marriage 101 also. There's going to be times where it's not easy, and that's okay. But if you have made a commitment to this person, if you love this person, you're going to thug it out with them. And realistically, maybe it's a little tougher because you don't have a job, but if y'all, again, are not in financial peril, you still have plenty of options. But option number one needs to be, you need to figure out what's going on with him.
Let's have a talk, 101.
For me, I just think ultimately, y'all just really don't have good communication. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that's
Jimmy's
missing.
favorite. He's like, man.
I mean,
Y'all not communicate, man.
yeah, like
Or effectively.
just don't. Y'all are in a relationship, so there should be no reason why you're afraid to talk. Like, you didn't say that this is abusive or anything to that nature,
That's
so
what I meant.
there should be nothing holding you back from saying, "Hey, I love you. I want to support you. For us to be a family, we need to have jobs. Like,
Yeah, create some stipulations.
yeah, like I want to see you grow. You don't even have to go back to being the breadwinner. You ain't got to make great money or anything like that. I just need you to be able to support, and we live in a world today that 50-50 is very real.
We put that in quotations too.
Yeah.
It's like not a truth split,
Right.
but basically it takes
an
multiple people to
equitable
run the-
split, I
yeah,
should say
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Not 50-50, but an equitable split is real. And so, come to that conversation with numbers. Be like, hey, I understand that I have 2 kids. I understand that I brought that into the relationship. I understand that for 4 years, you've wanted to be a part of my life and my kids' lives. Here's what that looks like for the future. What these numbers doing, Make sure the math is mathing, but like Texas isn't crazy expensive to live in, depending upon what part y'all are living in. There are some. It's probably,
I was about to say,
let me
they live
phrase
out
it.
here,
It's
it
most
is.
likely more than Missouri.
Yeah.
I mean,
I say they
it's
living
real.
out here. It's expensive.
but also
But-
just keep in mind the packaging is important.
Oh yeah, how it's all
How
about the how.
you
That
deliver this message
Delivery.
is
Domino's.
important. You can lift or tear this man down.
You finna do a crush or you finna do a lift session
And
right
whatever you want is gonna be really that's your role to that's the thing you have to carry.
now. There we
Is
go.
I have to deliver and effectively communicate to this person. And if you get in there, and yes, it's the same conversation, but if you in there like
You the deadbeat, blah, blah, blah.
facts, boom, 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 you either gonna do this or I'm out.
You lost him.
Yeah, and here's some effective ways because remember we're talking about effective communication. We're not
Yes.
giving her tips yet, but one,
That is a tip.
yeah, no, meaning like to walk through a list real quick because we can go and say that effective communication, but if they just in their mind think it's one conversation, they already lost.
Okay,
So-
step one, be calm.
No, I'd say step one would be prepared. So
Bro, yeah.
the easiest way to do that, some tips that were given to me: go to your closest, darkest, quietest place for about a half hour, and put together your thoughts. Literally,
Put them on paper if you need to.
I don't care what it takes. You put together your thoughts. Do not go in there and talk to that man and babble mouth. Do not go in there trying to say one thing, end up saying 20 things, and then try to reel it back. It will not work. Get it together. For the first half hour, it's just you in that dark room getting together. From there, you have to ask yourself, what is your intention? Do you actually want change? And if so, are you willing to listen to whatever the response is going to be? Or
Yes.
are you just wanting to vent and have him not say anything? Why is that important? That's how you start the communication, by telling that person, hey, I don't even want you to respond. These are just my emotions. We'll get,
Could also be both. You could
Yeah.
be like, hey, I'm gonna tell you how I feel up front.
that's right.
And then after that, I'm gonna ask you a little bit about like
And I'm going to
what's
be quiet.
going on with you, and I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna
That's
be
right.
open, and I would like for you to be vulnerable because I want to support you. That's 2 ways,
That's right.
right? Of I got to get this off of my chest, but I also want to be able to receive what you're giving. Keep
But
going.
you have to be genuine right there. Don't just be trying to get it off your chest, and then when he starts talking, you try to cut him off. And
Right.
then you're not being genuine. It's not gonna work because that's not right. You know, we're trying to open the floor. A good thing to do is have the little sand timer. That was another tip that was given to me. Just sit in the middle and go till it stops, and then flip and let the other person go. Again, we're just giving tips at this point.
Right. You could try anything like
whatever
that.
makes it more effective, just please, because this is a very vulnerable moment. It seems like with this guy, and I empathize with him just because I'm a man. I know there's certain emotions we just do not know how to work ourselves through. So we lash out in the world sometimes, and this is what it looks like. So we'll keep praying for y'all though. But hold on, I gotta hear what B-Wood. I know B-Wood Cook's gonna give us something crazy.
Say when you love someone, you don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. I don't wanna leave. She's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be. Where I wanna be.
Hello, hit the
Sweet little dee. I don't mean to hurt you, baby. All right.
that's
That's game right there.
There's two ways. You're either gonna stay or you're not. Like, I don't know. That's why I say where you want to be. Where you want to be. You either want to stay knowingly that, hey, if he's been doing this for the last 4 years, off and on for the last 3 years, whatever. He had a job when he came here, and then he's off and on. Then there's probability, even if you have that talk, 90% chance he's probably going to lose that next job.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, are you going to deal with that because that's something that's here, or are you going to say this? You stayed in an apartment, you said it was expensive, and then you said, well, we moved to a house that was cheaper.
Yeah.
And he's like childcare. Have you seen the price of childcare?
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Nuts.
So we
Don't
could count our
downplay that.
blessings and say, hey, let's come up with a plan and say, hey, since you want to be a bum, my bad, my boy. It's just for me, let's call it what it is. Get your ass out here and work.
Yeah, sure.
Like, just call it what it is. Work out here. You know she out there frustrated. If you're doing your job, you know your girl is out here wanting you to work.
Come on.
Hey.
Just call it what it is. She don't want to see you till 4 o'clock.
from us is love.
Like, it's
But,
it's
hey,
love. Just call it what it is.
Don't you, ma'am? Don't say
No,
that.
you don't
No,
Yeah,
no,
approach
no.
it.
You
But
don't
we
say what I'm
can.
saying. I'm just telling you what it is.
Yeah.
If you happen to see this, whatever the guy's
You got
name is,
responsibility. You got to lock
you
in.
happen to see this, it's not because you're a guy. Let's call it what it is. At the end of the day, nobody wants to be paying all the bills by themselves.
No.
Unless that's what you establish.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, if
And
you're
you got the funds.
100%,
Yeah.
and if you're writing this into me, if you're going off and on from jobs, something needs to happen where you got to take accountability, get more mature, show up to work on time. Like, come on, I've worked plenty of jobs. All they ask you to do is show up and do your job. I don't know, and I get it. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes cars break down. I get all that. But you're in a situation where you're in an apartment. You paid a certain amount of price. You found a house where you're paying way cheaper. And he's like childcare. You just got to count your blessings. So, come up with a plan. I'm like, hey, if you can't keep up with a job, how about this? Since I make pretty decent money and we are saving money, how about you just work on the funds? If you can't do that, I'll do my part. I just need you to take care of the kids. Remember this, you signed a lease. A lease ends. So at the end of the day, you got your own personal contract to get out of there.
Yeah.
It's not like
Use that as a
use
deadline.
the end date.
it's not like you're stuck. So you even if you don't get the guts to walk up to them and say what you need to say, just remember you have a clock there for you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You have a clock that talks.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, I get it, man. Sometimes it's hard to talk to people. I know I'm one of those people that it's hard to talk to me. And I get it if you got to do certain things and move different. I get it. And sometimes, like I say, you got to take L's. He's going to have to take an L.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell him, like, hey, this is how I feel. Like they said, talk to him the right way, like Matt said, and all of them. And, tell him how you feel. And then however you feel, say, just don't say this. You ain't had a job for like that.
Don't hit him. Yeah,
don't do
oh
that.
my
Hey,
God.
woo!
Kick him when you're down.
Because you're going to crush him so quick.
No, because you're going to be stuck and stupid.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Don't even say the word job.
Oh, my
Don't say occupation.
Oh,
Come up with
Lord.
other words. Go.
Don't say
to,
contribute.
none
Don't
of
say
that.
none of that.
Go to ChatGPT and come up with. Don't even say money.
No.
Say different
Oh,
words.
my
Coins, crypto.
Lord.
But don't be stuck and
Crypto.
stupid because you don't want to be stuck and stupid at all. Because that's the segment where a person places thing you find yourself in a stuck and stupid situation.
Perfect.
And
That's 4 weeks.
we need Cori to spin that wheel.
Hey.
That's tough.
Wow.
You know what's funny? And if you're
You
watching
made
this,
it.
you got to have that conversation. I don't. So I'm just telling you what it is. Hard. It's hard.
You about to
I'm kind of just getting on you. It's hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
So toughen it up, baby. Is it stuck and stupid for bosses to sugarcoat when terminating an employee? You know, we were supposed to have this last week, and I think because he dyed his hair, this is it. This is the week.
This is the week.
I'm about to say my hair was dyed last week. What you mean?
That's
Oh,
called
it's the
boss
puff.
die.
It's
Hey,
the puff.
it's
My
the
bad.
puff.
Boss
I say,
man die.
It's
I say stuck in.
It's the hef. Yeah, stuck in. No. Is it stuck in stupid for bosses to sugarcoat when terminating
Yes.
an employee?
I say stuck. Yeah.
Stuck, no.
I say
It's not
stuck in.
Stuck, no.
I say stuck.
I
Yes.
say stuck, yes.
I don't know. I'm stuck
Everybody
in.
say every.
I'm stuck.
No,
in.
we got a stuck in, 2 stuck yeses.
No, he said
And,
stuck in.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
yeah.
going with you first. You
I'm
said
stuck.
yes.
I'm to be clear. I'm stuck no because people are soft. That's
I like what you're thinking. You're saying,
That's-
why even waste my time?
yeah. Hey, they suck at the job. You're not going to tell them that they suck. I mean, they could literally
Yeah.
come into work. You smell like crap. Nobody's going to say that. So hey man, your hygiene's not that good. You should have washed. You can't say none of that. You got to say, hey man, you got to lie. You got to come up with something. Hey, you've been late to work.
Hashtag lawsuit.
No, seriously. You've been late to work. I've seen it.
Hey, if you tell somebody they stink, that's why you firing them, boy.
But that's sugarcoated. You got to sugarcoat. The truth is, you stink. So you got to sugarcoat that. I'm serious. You got to sugarcoat that.
You're lying.
Yeah.
You got to
You have to lie.
You try to make it a performance
Yeah, you have
issue
to lie.
when really the issue is that you don't like the way they smell or
100%.
something.
And then, especially small business runs America. You know, let's call it what it is. No, let's call it what it is. Small
Let's
business
go.
runs America, and
Let's
small
go.
business, they not, especially in Texas. Come on, man.
I will.
You just, hey, man, you showed up to work late. I'm firing you. Seriously, it's that simple.
Yeah.
So again, I think you have to sugarcoat because people are soft, and you don't want people to go on social media and do all this crazy stuff and all that hoop holler. So
That's why I'm because, and I wouldn't necessarily call it soft. I would just think that like there's is that another bug? What is that? Little ladybug or
Yeah,
something?
he chilling.
Anyway, the way I view the world is like I'm very empathic, and we have to holistically think about that. In any transaction, there's another human on the other side of the table. So take that into consideration. That's all. You still can get what you want as a boss. You're terminating them. You're still gonna get what you want. Can you, if we're talking about sugarcoating and not being able to terminate them, and we're trying to like scoot around it, I'm
That's a good
smiling.
point.
That's
That's a good
different.
point. Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, listen, this is some hard news I'm about to deliver to you, and I also want to tell you how great of an employee you've been and all the other stuff. I can do that, like especially with layoffs.
Yeah,
I can
okay,
take
yeah,
that, bro.
yeah.
Like I don't want to crush you. I do want to say that this is not a right fit, but it doesn't mean you're not a right fit elsewhere. And I don't want that to crush your spirit as like you can't work at this job, you can't work at any job. But then I think that also calls for certain moments because there may be an employee that has been on corrective action for 6 months and has never
That's
gotten
why
better.
I said stuck. That's why.
That's
I
why I'm
went
like
that route.
stuck in, right? Like, so I'm like, I'm not sugarcoating it. We've been on
Yeah.
the sugarcoating has been happening for 6 months. I've been trying to tell you, you haven't fixed it. You know exactly why you're getting
These
terminated.
are unchanged behavior. But me, let's just start with the basis of what sugarcoat means. That means that I'm firing on the basis of something that is not legal or not lawful. If I'm firing you, okay, again, I'm talking about my personal experience, okay? I feel like it's better to develop than to fire. I know I think a lot differently.
100%.
Yeah, it's just
In the
it's-
long run, it's gonna be cheaper too.
it cost me way more to let you go. Way more. I gotta offboard you. I gotta exit interview. I gotta onboard somebody new. I gotta train that person.
Potentially offer me some sort of severance.
Come on, man. I gotta get rid of you and give you something for leaving. And then if you hit me with a lawsuit that I didn't know was coming, now I gotta go to court, pay you and the fees.
Or settle.
It's,
whatever way,
It's
yeah.
it's cheaper to keep her. That's what they say. They mean that in business too. I'm about development. So if we're getting to a point where I have to fire you, the sugarcoating is a assumption of there's something else to fire you for.
Right.
No, there's nothing else. If we're at a point where I have to fire you, there's nothing to sugarcoat. Remember, I'm trying to develop you. So when you leave here, you need to know what not to do when you go over there. So ain't no sugarcoating. I'm gonna sit you down. And again, I've done this, and I don't mean this in a cocky way. I just mean I've had these conversations.
Yeah, I think we all have, right?
Because I think it's important that I'm honest with you in this moment. A lot of people won't be, but you're going to need somebody to tell you right now that you suck at this job. Okay? This is why it happened. We've gone through this many processes to get you to this point, at which point every step of the way, you bucked the system. So we landed here. this is the literal on paper last decision I can make.
Right.
So let me just, again, reiterate the behaviors. I'm not even sugarcoating nothing because I'm not making up anything. These are just behaviors.
Now, here's my thing. And this is where I say, and I see all of that.
Yeah.
And also that's like a kind of a typical case, but there's sometimes like really atypical cases where you have a really good employee, but they did something that was a mistake that was so egregious that you have to let them go.
That's different.
Right, which is different also. But even in that, when people use the term like brutally honest or blunt or whatever, if you can be brutally honest, you can also be nicely honest.
That's right.
Right, like that's how I view stuff. It's
so
like,
that's what we're talking about here.
Right,
But sugarcoating.
Explain it like how you feel like
Can we define it?
Yeah, I feel like that needs to be defined because sugarcoating to me is not nicely honest. Sugarcoating to me is more of I'm trying to avoid saying why I truly fired you. So it's like a lie. That's not a nice, honest thing.
But also hear me out and tell me if I'm wrong, particularly in the state of Texas, because I've seen this before. They don't have a duty to tell you why they terminated you, right?
No, it's at will.
They don't. It's
Right.
No,
but that's not all what at will
by
means.
choice.
Though.
No,
Anyway.
But I'm saying, but they don't have to, right? Like,
right. Depending upon the job, they don't have to tell you,
right?
But actually, I mean, they don't have to tell you. You can do an open records request to find it, and then sure, you will get that information. But the sugarcoating becomes detrimental when there's no development, right? Like if you're not telling someone why they're terminated, and you sugarcoat their leaving, then it leads to them, you're pawning them off to someone else. Let's say they puts you down as a reference after you had fired them. You know, oh, I love you. You're such a good person. I'll be a good reference for you, but I got to let you go. And you were that person.
Terrible. What kind of?
Yeah.
God.
But you were that person who then like gave them a good review that got them hired from someone else. You've also officially tanked your own company. Because if I hired someone that you gave me a rave review on this employee and they are drastically different from what they gave, I'm not trusting you. I'm not trusting your company. I'm not trusting any of your employees, your coworkers, your co-founders. You have burned that bridge. And that's just one individual that you're protecting with sugarcoating. Hey, look, you can hire this person if you want to, but I fired him because of ...
Can we talk references, bro? I can't stand references.
I can't stand references either. I can't stand it
because you have to chase them down, first off.
Mm-hmm.
Two, why would I, let's just think about it from a smart end. Why would I ever put somebody on a reference list that would talk bad about me? I wouldn't.
Right.
So everybody
Some people
gonna
do.
get, well, I'm just saying, I be asking when I ask for references, are you going to give me a glowing recommendation? And some people will be honest about like, I can't give you one. Well, not for me, but I'm saying, I have said that before.
Yeah,
Somebody asked me and were like, can you give me a reference? I said, I think it would be better for you to ask somebody else. Because if I give you a reference, I'm going to be honest.
And I'm not, exactly, I have integrity.
But most people not. I know that I'm not putting nobody on my reference list that's not going to give me a glowing recommendation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other aspect of it is, I don't get to call your references.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the reference game is stupid.
Yeah. Now there is a game, and the game is you might not get to call the references, but you can call the references. Call some of the people who interviewed you, and get some tea. I've done that many times.
Well,
before.
yeah, I've done that too, but like that can also kind of hit you in that.
Right. Depending upon who, but it's all about like how you call, what number you call from, all those things.
No, I gotta find them in interview day when they pull up and they like, yeah, hit me up if you got any questions.
Yeah.
Now that's when I'm like, oh, we finna. Let's go to lunch. Let's go to lunch.
Right, lunch. On you,
they gonna let
on
you know, like, hey, especially, I ain't gonna cap, like going in as a black interviewer or interviewee, them other black people gonna let you know.
Yeah, bro. There was a TikTok about that where just like when you go to a restaurant and you got like a black waiter or waitress and they really tell you what's going on with the food. That's how you
Facts.
know.
I'd be like, is this good? They'd be like, don't.
Not that item.
Don't get that. Get the cheesecake.
Yeah.
Get the cheesecake.
But no, like in all honesty, like I understand. I think that there should be no sugarcoating and termination because you should have any type of relationship with your employees that no matter what it is, and obviously that is based on structure, but no matter what it is, when you're coming to that meeting, it is hey, I know we've worked together for a long time. You've had these write-ups, blah, blah, blah. It's time to go,
But it is not calling back a form of sugarcoating.
What do you mean not calling back?
Like say if you have a job where they call you in every day. Hey, I need you here at 9. That's a lot of jobs, especially construction jobs like that.
The small business stuff, yeah.
But they don't call you back for a week.
Yeah, they don't put you on the
Is
schedule.
that considered sugarcoating?
No, that's considered passive aggressive.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
considered
like you
as
something.
a supervisor, you a bad person.
you're
I'm trying to.
Because you being petty,
be
like,
PC.
Yeah, I'm about to say me. I said it's sugarcoating.
That's not
I don't know
sugarcoating. That's just
because you can't just tell me. Just
Just call them and tell them what it is. I'm waiting. You know they waiting on your phone call.
yeah.
Call them and tell them.
But
You got their last check.
Yeah, I guess we got
That'd
to
be the
define.
worst part.
Yeah, I guess we got to define
define
what
the sugar.
Yeah,
coating
we
part,
have
but
to.
like,
Like to me, that's not even sugarcoating because that's like you're not firing them because you got to tell them, right? You're just being scared. You're being a little punk.
I think there's a tactful way always
Yeah,
to let somebody go.
There's always a tactful way.
But I also think in any type of performance conversations, it needs to be direct and honest
100%.
and tactful.
Yes, performance
They
evals.
They must know.
Supervisors, stop
especially in
lying.
the car business, bro. They have a thing on the board, and if you're on the board, you come into work or put your schedule. If you're not on the board, you just
Yeah,
you're
it's
fired.
like
They don't say nothing. I'm telling you, like,
bro, frontline service is like that anyway.
yeah,
restaurants,
you don't put you on the schedule. Like,
yeah, restaurants.
That's
They'll
their
call in every
talking.
week. Hey, do I got 40 hours this week?
when you logging into your app, you don't see your name on there, no hours. You're like, okay, I guess I'm fired. Like that's
and then you
how
call
they
back
fire
and
you.
you're like, am I fired? They're like, nah, just keep looking.
Well, of course, because they're like like they would like to keep you in case they need you, but you know.
right.
Yeah, facts.
Passive aggressive.
Cool. Cori, spin that wheel.
Oh, hey, and while you're spinning, bro, it also reminds me, y'all on the comments, like y'all can give us topics to talk on Stuck and Stupid. Like,
Sometimes they will put them in
in the Stucky
in
situation,
the Stucky situation,
which is cool. Y'all can do that as well. Just y'all don't have like we're
Shoot
doing
a
the
30-second
research.
ad right now. Shoot.
Look, so we do it. We do the research, and right, and we and by we is B Wood mostly, but we do this research for y'all. You're stuck and stupid around the world, but if you think of something that we may have missed, or do you think we need to discuss, shoot us a
I think
submission.
something that
Throw it in the comments.
I'll be looking at social media like this is a good stuck and stupid topic.
Yeah, I just be screenshotting. Sometimes.
I was gonna put it on the wheel today, but I thought
We
maybe
can
I
save it
just
next
weave
week.
it in.
You never know. But either way it goes, like this is something that simple. You think about it, throw it in the comments, use a submission, StuckyPod.com, and we can throw it on the wheel.
That's it. That's simple.
This is stuff. This is a real tough one right
Yeah,
here.
especially.
Oh, I forgot. That was so great. I was.
All right, put me on TV.
Anyway, is it stuck and stupid for teachers to be armed in class? Question mark.
This is literally
That's somebody
24
else.
hours after
School
a
shooting. in the
school bang bang.
hometown.
I say stuck.
I say stuck, yeah.
yeah. I'm stuck. Yeah. I'm stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck, yeah, for a lot
Damn
of
it.
reasons.
I am definitely stuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Bro,
are
we
the
all
same.
stuck, yeah?
Mhm.
We all on the same, man. And it's not on some like, for many reasons, I will probably be able to run them all down. But one, y'all not shooters like that.
Facts.
That's number one. Two, is kids.
That's right.
3,
What are y'all, armed forces or something?
facts. You're not trained enough.
Right. That's
4, and this isn't about the really 4 should be number 1. We need to change the culture.
Mhm.
This isn't gonna change the culture.
sure isn't.
If anything, it's just gonna
It's putting the weight back on the teachers.
yes,
like it's
and it
their
should
problem.
never be on them.
Yeah, it's like
A teacher should not have to think about being armed going to a classroom. That
100%.
is
crazy.
Baffling.
it just astronomical when you think about it, bro.
And yet you don't want to pay them.
But you can't. First off, they start letting teachers having sticks. That's when
Without
that pay
pay,
go
that's
up.
what I'm saying. That's so.
I'm stuck
That's the
in.
first thing I said. I'm just like,
I'm
you're not
stuck
gonna
in.
pay them, and you want them to be strapped in.
That's
Come
crazy,
on, bro.
boy. But anyway, shout out to all the teachers. Really, our thoughts and prayers go out to what happened yesterday at Bowie High School. I seen somebody post on Facebook. They said if you're a man in Arlington or you went to an Arlington school, like tap in with me. We gotta help mentor the youth. I'll share it if y'all want to be a part of it. But I let them know I'm down for
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
For sure. Cause bruh, come on.
it's
First
tough.
off, nobody should really be dying due to gun violence, but a kid,
Mm-hmm.
that's wild, bro. I don't
Sorry,
even want to
son.
get into it. Bruh, facts.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Oh.
out there. Hey, it's a lot of fish.
Is it stuck and stupid for a woman to propose to a man?
Yes.
Stuck,
Stuck?
no.
No.
I would say stuck no.
Yeah, I'm stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck here too.
Hey, listen.
I have been for. I'm
It's in-
consistent in this.
It's
We've had this
well, we
conversation
know
before.
that. I know
Yeah.
what your take is. You've given the take before.
Yeah, of course,
And I
I
think
think-
we're all consistent in this, right? You two are consistent in why it's stuck yes for you all. I think we're consistent in why it's stuck no for us. It's just a new time.
Yeah, I think
a
we're
new
just not. I
day,
think
a
what we
new
landed
life.
on for the last time this popped up on us was It just shouldn't be universal.
No, yeah, exactly. Do what's best for you.
Yeah, unless you lock into whatever you think is good for you and whatever is about
That's
to happen.
it.
But if you agree
that's
with
what an
that,
opinion
if you
is
agree with
anyway.
that, then it can't be stuck in stupid if it's universal.
No, but okay, but what he's saying is for me, it's stuck in stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Since you're
that's what he's
asking
saying.
me specifically on this,
Then
which
yes.
you are, so I'm gonna go
Right.
with yes.
But then you see the other side.
yeah, if
and
I'm
you're
being,
like,
if I'm
well,
looking
yeah.
at this from a universal eye and I'm floating over the top of it like, yeah. Of course, I would be like, well, stuck, yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's for me. That's not what your opinion. Your opinion is to say what you want.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
It's not no which side. It's bro. It's stuck in. And this is why.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah, it's
But
stuck,
that's why I'm
no,
stuck
stuck
no.
in.
I'm
This
like-
is what it is. Like I'm stuck in. It just look weird. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
all. Yeah, I just don't. It's just I'm just so used to guys getting on their knees. It just looks different. It freaks me out. It screams.
Right.
Pause. Now that does. Now that's. You know what I mean, guys. Come on, stop.
Yo,
It just
Okay,
looks,
but
it just
wait.
looks different.
I'm not
That
saying,
was the
but it looks
biggest one.
weird. So,
But also-
proposing is so many different things than getting on a knee.
Yeah, and I'm just saying the knee part for me is just the knee. Other than that, if you could just stand up, go to dinner, and you say, "Hey, you want to marry?" That's a bet. The knee
getting on the
part,
knee is the-
yeah, that the getting on the knee part is what makes me cringe. But if
That's
again,
that's
the
the ick.
universal thing, do your thing. But it just, when you're getting they get on their knees and they hold the guy's hand, and it's like, come on,
Because you
but-
so okay, I say this all the time to people who say give response like that, which is obviously okay for you to get that response. When people say like, "Oh, it's just weird," and then I like to say to them, if we all had no eyebrows, it would be weird for the first person to walk in the classroom with eyebrows, because we've never seen eyebrows.
But the response to that is we have eyebrows.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's the response.
Because I like both sides. Because I see now where you're trying. Okay, but this is
My
what I'll
point
say.
is that we've always seen the tradition has always been men getting on their knee.
But maybe the first person is weird. We have to accept that.
No, we're saying because the majority against the majority.
right against the majority,
Against the majority
it's
is a
weird
percentage.
because-
You have
yeah.
less women that will propose to guys, and that's why I
So
can say it's
as it
weird.
is right now, which is where we live in the real life, which is like right now,
Yeah.
majority would say that men should be proposing to women. But right now.
I think even most women would say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So I would say by
I think it
definition.
would be cool though. I ain't gonna cap. Now I won't cap.
Yeah.
I think it's the ultimate show of love if a woman does it.
Now,
believe
now,
that's
on
my
the flip
personal
side.
opinion.
On the flip side, there's a majority of women that were doing this.
I'm serious.
We
Like,
would
you
be
gotta have
weird.
some guts.
Yeah, we
Like,
would be weird
straight
then,
up.
and then I'd say, no, it's not stupid. I've seen this happen 1,000. This is what we do, right? I'm the weird guy for thinking that men should get on their knee. But right now, as it's set up, mostly men get on their knee. So it's just naturally weird to see it done differently. So to your point, the point I was trying to make to you is, yes, that person with the eyebrows that comes in is weird.
but when
In the moment,
person 6
maybe in
comes
20
through,
years that person won't be
Right.
weird. But we cannot negate that right now in this moment. When he walks in this room, we would get
Right.
quiet.
right,
We'd be
no, right. But that's the thought, right? The thought is
Literal trauma.
it's think
Yeah,
beyond,
literally, like,
right?
whoa.
It's the experiment is think beyond.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
If there's one, there could be a million.
That's
And
right.
so if I have it, it's the allegory of the cave. If I don't know if you're
That's
familiar
exactly
with
right.
that.
No, that's exactly
So
right.
if sure it's weird because it's different, but that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
it's just something you haven't necessarily seen. And so your weirdness has actually been programmed to you because you've seen it the other way and only the other way.
Yeah, it's like maybe not weird forever.
Yeah.
I think,
It's
maybe
weird right
it's,
now.
It's the word weird. It's
Yeah.
the word weird that is just
Different.
taking it out of
Yeah, different.
Because if
There
I
you
see
go.
alien, I'm just gonna come on.
Well, same thing.
Or
Like,
different.
It's
Right,
like come on.
different.
But
It's different.
You know what I mean? Like it's just different, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
You got
I'm
time for
down.
one more?
Yeah, come on.
I'm down. Go ahead.
Spit it.
Propose to me.
He said propose to me.
Is it stuck and stupid to criminalize unaliving attempts?
Now I needed to look this up
I don't
because I
understand
was
this
gonna basically like if you
If you
attempted to end your life, but you technically failed.
Yeah.
And could you be criminalized for that? Could you be punished criminally for that? I meant to look this up before because I had questions on if
good one.
you have a phone.
Well, that's the question.
You look it up? Yeah, look it up.
It's not a real law. It's
So-
just the question of it.
Yeah,
Would it be
what-
stuck and
I
stupid
would
to
say-
criminalize
I think it would be-
somebody?
What am I
Because
looking
people
up?
have talked about it.
Huh?
What am I looking up? Is it a law?
Yeah. Look up.
That's-
Well,
that's
just
not
look up
I
as a
don't think it's a
law,
law.
and then what you're saying is even if it is or not, we can still
Yeah,
discuss.
just,
if
that's
it
why I
was
said
stupid.
attempts.
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I would
But-
say yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if I put
That's why I
Hey,
said
speaking of that,
attempts.
did you see that
Wait.
Amanda Seals interview?
I
Man,
watched.
Bro, I caught something at the beginning. I was like, bro, she
Oh.
went down the drain. The first
Oh.
5 minutes of the interview, I was like, oh
My
my
baby, man.
I love her, though.
Amanda, I love you, but God
I love
bless.
her. Anyway, going back to this, I
Ah.
love her.
Come on, read it out.
In India, You heard me say?
Nah,
Indiana
bro,
or
come on,
India?
bro. United States.
No, we're here.
There's nothing in the United States.
All right,
Okay.
we're good then.
But give me the interesting fact about India.
In India, in 2014, they started to decriminalize it.
Oh,
So it
decriminalized.
was-
So it was
Oh, so-
criminalized.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think it's stupid to.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah, I think it's
Because now you're I shouldn't laugh. But
Yeah, this was 2014, so I haven't found anything new. But
what would you arrest him
it's
for?
it's like you're mad at them for not completing it or something.
Yeah. There you
in
go.
India,
That's
but
what I'm
you have
about
to
to
think
say.
about it. In India, India is definitely more religious,
Sure.
and in the Quran, it is, or whatever religion, it is a sin to.
Well, India is not necessarily Muslim.
Right,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
just
I
saying,
would say-
in many religions,
I was just right. Like as
It may be
it
more
would
of a
be
religious
like
state, so that
Right.
they move
or
more
just
religiously.
let's just say this: the law itself that is being decriminalized in India may be tied to religious things.
Right.
correct.
So that way we don't like
Yeah, we
misspeak
don't- we
on
don't-
Right,
we don't
right,
do
right,
that,
right.
that we
faith
can't.
is.
Yeah.
But I think it's just wild to if you're just being honest about it. Let's keep it a bean. The fact that there's not like there are places like Washington that will allow you to like medically
Do it.
end
yeah.
your life.
Yep.
Why is that not a thing everywhere? Like why states won't allow that everywhere is crazy.
I mean, I say it's crazy, but you know, I'm going.
Since y'all
Money.
populate everything.
I say don't do that because then that opens the gate for the devil to just create more confusion. Like, I think the life is not to be tethered by anyone but the man who says it's supposed to be tethered, and we ain't supposed to be speeding it up. So,
Unless
like,
that is
But the argument for that
Yep.
is there's a lot of arguments for that. I would
Yeah,
say
people
one
will
of them
say,
is
what about when you're at end of life and they
no. I'm not talking about
Yeah.
scenarios. I'm talking about we get into the discussion of free will and
Sure.
Yeah,
God's
I'll say
destined
that.
plan.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can get into all of those type of conversations, right? So, to me, I'm just saying, for it to not be necessarily an option everywhere is kind of interesting,
Yeah,
So
especially
not even-
in this country.
right? Where things are very liberal and kind of forward thinking.
Not of God. Go ahead.
No,
Mostly.
I mean, so even the things that are still very liberal thought
Mm.
and denominations. Why we have so many of them. You see what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
everything is broad in the fact of that's how we think of everything.
Sure.
America is the quote unquote melting pot, so they say, and so there's so many trains of thoughts, whether they be of the world or godly. So either way, somebody out there is going to have a different take on what should be happening.
No, I think I'm looking organically at just confusion. Anywhere there's confusion, it's not him. So hence the Tower of Babel, and we can go into that conversation too. But the point I'm making is wherever there's confusion, there's usually not alignment to God, which is what the United States is. They
That's
call-
everywhere.
Well, no, they call it a melting pot, but we're the creator of confusion. Like,
I don't know if we're that either. I think that's a
so we experience unity in all those different cultures
But-
at a high level.
no.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, bro, that there's no community that you can find me on a large scale that isn't us.
100%.
Now,
So it's confusing everywhere.
right?
So
I agree with you. No, 100. No, you're not. I'm not. Just so we're on the same page. I'm in 100% agreement with you, but it doesn't negate. I guess what I'm saying is both can be true, though the United States may not be solely the one that is a melting pot of a culture. Confusion can be in all those other cultures. That's all I'm saying.
No.
The
Yeah,
two
but
can-
you
the
said
two
we were
can
the
be-
creator
yeah,
of confusion. I'm like, nah.
No,
People
not
been
yet.
No, but Western culture is created by whom? Who does every culture who wants to idolize Western culture? What other Western country do they idolize it after? And I'll wait.
bro. It's not only America.
No, listen to what I just said. For the countries and the cultures that would like to idolize Western culture, what other countries are they pulling from? And I'll wait. And I don't mean now. I mean at the turn of globalization. What other countries were people pulling from in the Western culture to get their culture from if they were trying to be impacted?
Now-
And I'll wait.
Now, define Western, not necessarily Western culture, but define when people say the Western world. Are they strictly talking, because there are treaties and things that have been in place
Sure.
for a long time. There are people who came from the East to the West.
And that's what I was about to say.
And that's
And
where
I'm a-
they're
I'm a
saying.
huge- I'm a
Yeah.
huge
So the
fan of that.
culture,
I'm a
right?
huge fan
So
of that.
here's my point, though. My
Yes.
point is that culture came from the East and just also settled in the West.
And as it settled, it created its baby, which is what we are. And I think from an impact perspective, there's not been any culture bigger in the Western side of the world,
then
which
America
again can be considered a melting pot. So it's a mixture of all those other cultures. But when it settled, it did not settle as that original thing. It became what it was here. You would agree?
Well,
no,
yeah,
I mean,
guess so,
I
but
think it was an off. I'll put it like this.
Okay,
From a company standpoint, right? Like, just as the metaphor that I'll use.
sure.
I use BP just because I like to. BP sounds good.
Okay.
BP had let's say their headquarters is in California, and their first branch they moved to Florida.
Okay.
And now the Florida branch acts. They have their own quirks because it's Florida and they're so far away.
Yes.
But their foundational things are
parent
from
company.
the branch in California.
Most certainly.
The parent company.
The parent company.
Most
All of
certainly.
that came from the East.
Most certainly.
The staples in slavery,
Mm-hmm.
the ownership, the colonization, and the colonials.
100%.
All of that comes from the baby was just the baby is a product of the father.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I am not discrediting you. I'm saying
Yeah.
the two can be true. Though it came from the Eastern culture, it is still not subjugated to being a pure piece of that. I'll give you a very live example. I have a friend from Palestine. And again, I'm only speaking about that because that's where he's from. And by from Palestine, meaning like his family's from there, right? Like not like 3 or 4 generations, like his dad, right? So he spent a lot of his time as a child in Palestine, okay? Now I have to get you to wrap your head around that. Spent a lot of time, okay. Came to the United States, spent some time in the United States. Went back to Palestine. So I'd say split at this point. Went back to Palestine. In Palestine, he was chastised as the American. Now, why does something like this happen? If not what I'm saying being true, there is a separation of the culture. It gets here, it melts,
For sure, but
and it becomes like you are an American of that type of culture,
right.
And you bring those pieces together to fuse to make this thing.
But there's also context there too,
Give it to me,
right? Specifically, we're talking about Palestinian context.
okay?
And you come to America, and where's America's allies lie? With who?
Israel.
I think there's also context there, right? So
That
if
was
you
just an
come
example,
back,
but I can,
right? But
I
if,
can go
even
to,
in
I
that,
can go to, I can go to an ally-driven country and do the same thing right now with somebody who lives in the same house and be like, I can go to an ally-driven country and say that when we go back to a certain country that this person's from, which this person is a massive ally of ours, we get everything from Mexico. This person's not treated like they're Mexican. This person is treated like they're discarded. Oh, you're American and Mexican. Wait a minute. I literally.
right? But that, to my point, and I see what you're saying, but to my point is that's what happens when you do. Right now, it's going on TikTok right now between the Black American diaspora wars. Is what we're talking about.
Same thing.
But my point is that that's not necessarily unique to America. That's unique to you have either left my community and we frowned upon it,
Okay.
or because you're of a different community, I frowned upon it.
Sure.
So I don't think that that's
no.
westernized or because it's
listen,
America.
Because now we're going off the rail. I'm talking about impact. What other, and I'll start with the question again. What other Western culture at the time of globalization had more impact than the United States and those cultures that wanted to be like a Western culture? And I'll wait.
I'm saying, but
Was it Cuba? Was it, start naming the countries. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the United
all
States.
of them were right for sure, but all of the things that we couldn't name were still colonized by British, by the main
That's what
time
I'm
by
saying.
British
Yeah,
colonies. So
yeah.
it's like,
Fantastic. But it wasn't.
so when I'm thinking Western,
pure.
I'm not only thinking about the United States of America. I'm also looping in the UK because
No,
the
but
culture.
I'm saying, what is the United States of America if not that? It's all I'm saying. We don't know the United States of America to be the United States of America if not the conjunction of all these different cultures landing in this one spot.
But
Right.
while you wait, hear me out.
Okay.
2 things. Caveat. I think I found something, but I think that it is stuck and stupid to criminalize unalive attempts, right?
Yeah.
Unless the attempt was to fraud for insurance. Okay.
Ooh.
So
I was gonna get on the business part too.
but now
Yeah, we did kind of go off. The
Villanova, you did. That's why I wrapped us back
Thank
in.
you for
But
bringing us back.
Villanova Law wrote an article. I can't see when it was released. I haven't finished scrolling, but I just kind of, as y'all watched, I was scrolling through while they was doing their thing. Anyway, in summation, sociologists, psychoanalysts, psychiatrists all generally agree that suicide and attempted unaliving and attempted unaliving represent neither a willful invasion of the prerogative of the Almighty nor a peculiar species of felony, but rather are the result of a mental illness. Therefore, since unaliving and attempted unaliving are symptoms of an illness and not criminal manifestations, it follows that the person involved should only be treated and not criminally punished.
Well, I disagree with that. But
This is their summation, bro.
Like if we're
That's their
seeing
summation.
that's
This
why I
is
say
the summation of
business-
this study, you know.
And where is that study done?
Villanova law.
In the United States.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Y'all say
Well,
the
that's
United
just a-
States, so I'm just
again,
like,
It's a
if
different
I'm-
country.
If
No,
I'm
no, no.
comparing it with something, I would almost say it's like somebody having insurance and wrecking their car. And to get
right,
insurance
to
money.
get the insurance money. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
the
that's
fraud
what he's
point.
basically saying.
But that's well,
That's why I say if it's a business side of it, I can see like if you're
well, somebody actually did that and they got arrested for fraud. There was a guy who
Faked his, you know what?
no, he was trying to like cut his legs off or something.
oh you're not talking about Gypsy Rose.
No. No.
That's my girl.
No. Yeah, all right.
Just how they
No, there was a guy who literally like cut his leg off, and I think his friend was trying to do it too, but he ended up actually accidentally dying because he lost too much blood or whatever. But they were trying to collect insurance. So like, yeah, he lost a leg and he in prison.
insurance fraud.
And that's
out here.
insurance fraud. That's tough. They don't just be giving out the insurance immediately. Like
it
you go,
don't hit like that.
no, people
Yeah.
just
What
really
y'all
think
doing?
that something happened and you
Yeah.
just be getting the
You
money.
got to wait at least
Bro,
what, 2 months. A
First
month?
off, you gotta get the
and-
death certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only that.
They do investigations.
Thank you. They coming to make sure.
They gotta make sure they literally hit
Come
every
on,
loose end. They're
man.
not finna just pay you out just because they think something happened.
Don't you know they want to keep every dollar?
Now, I mean, if you change anything, something could happen. But what if they did criminalize it? Well, you can't say that because what if they criminalize it and it made people more fearful to unalive themselves?
that was actually the next paragraph
next
of the
paragraph
report.
of the
It was
Villanova
just that
thing?
To prove
criminalizing
that
would
didn't
risk
work.
the amount of reporting of attempts and therefore reduce the number of options and
Options
opportunities
to
for people
support
who
them.
we don't know that, but what if though?
Right. Well,
No,
that's
they're saying the
they're
second you
they're
put a line on it.
surmising that
Yeah.
if we're going from it, so any study is based off of hypothesis, right?
Yeah,
and
facts
then
on
you
that.
have to consider
Draw
what would
conclusion.
be the drawbacks or things that would be impacted if something happened.
just take-
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
saying one, and I'm just saying I don't agree with the manner of if you attempt suicide or if you're try to unalive yourself that you have a mental illness because that is just
Yeah,
not,
that's ridiculous.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But I get it. You have to write a summation and you come to your hypothesis and
based on whatever.
You gotta
based
have-
on
yeah,
whatever
you
the
gotta
study
have-
is.
Based
And
off the overall.
Gotta have some kind of
Right.
foundation, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta have.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
that's so it's based off of that foundation of what the criteria we're using is if you do this, you have a mental illness. Okay, I get it, and that's why people will write what is it called when you're like in opposition, and you will write like do another study and write
yes,
like a
yes.
thing for it. Dang, I forgot what it's called.
I can't think of it either. Darn it.
But if they change the regs though, you know they.
That
Hey,
has been,
if they change
that's
the
been
regs,
all
it
the-
might-
that's why this week has felt long.
Yes, it's the regs.
Oh, the
released-
regs week.
The regs
bro.
were released
The regs
after we
were
talked about it last
released,
week.
everybody
Hey,
on edge.
I'll add one other caveat that listeners y'all can think about. Is it stuck and stupid to criminalize it? What if? So we're talking about fraud, right? What if
Fraud.
this paragraph really speaks to the reason why they struggle with the idea of criminalizing is because the only harm caused is to the individual,
That's right.
right? But what
Now I
if
gotta pay for
your
somebody.
method caused harm to someone else,
Mhm.
and you survived? For example,
Well,
carbon
yeah.
monoxide, blah blah blah.
Well, that'd be manslaughter.
I just said harm. I didn't say
Well,
Attempted,
but it's
would it be?
still it's
It'd
what
be
would that be?
negligent. It'd be
Negligent.
negligent.
Yeah, it'd be like
negligent
negligent.
homicide. Yes.
Yeah,
or
but now-
if they
so
didn't
now you're
die,
not-
it would be some sort of like
Assault.
battery or assault or something like that. Because
Yeah, because then.
But
nothing
those
happens.
individuals are the people who have to press charges, not the state.
That would be
Oh, that's-
wild,
ooh,
bro.
that's
To try so
interesting.
hard to kill yourself and you just. I mean, whoa.
we trying to
not alive,
monetize.
yeah, we
This one's
wild.
we're definitely getting a limited monetization.
No, hit that
All
word. Hit
kind,
that
all
one.
kind of yellow flags on this one.
Yeah, no, hit it.
We did all messed up.
Yeah.
We did
Oh,
all.
Yeah, 'cause
everybody said
remember-
kill?
Everybody.
Thank
been
God.
saying
I
that.
didn't say that. I did not say it.
You said
I did not say.
You
I said S word,
You
but
said
I did
the
not.
S word.
I didn't
You
say
said
it.
What's the S word? What's the S word? Sex?
Matt said.
No.
Matt talked
Who
about
is
Palestine.
Yeah, I
yeah.
said Palestine, which was immediately.
Matt
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
we're
Palestine.
out of there.
So
with
you
that.
already know.
Yeah, that's worse than what I said.
No, you already.
Whoa.
No.
meaning-
What he said is in
meaning-
America,
oh my God.
on American YouTube, they gonna flag
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
So,
now-
let me clear it up. It's not Palestine.
Man, he
is
said
not
globalization.
oh my
They
God.
came over here.
No,
and said,
no,
we
exactly.
getting him
So we
up.
all hit it. I done said it. You just said the S word. You said kill. You, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah,
We
this-
didn't-
this was no
And I'm
murder.
not saying herder.
That's why they know. Hey, that's why.
Herder.
You can't put the
Oh,
M
50
because-
herder.
Hey, bro, wrap us up, dog. Wrap us up, man. We done, bro.
Wrap us.
Whoa.
Hey, yo. Speaking of wrapping it up. Whoa. I just have one question. And it's not for you. It's actually for y'all. This time I'm wrap it up. On TikTok. This is my segment now. That's what I'm doing. Whatever's hot this week, this was hot on TikTok. Apparently, there's a conversation of a lady who asked, if you have a daughter, would you want your daughter to be
Oh.
alone in the woods with a bear or a man? Now, it's been a hot conversation because all of the
All the women. Oh yeah.
all
That
of
is
the,
no brainer.
no. Okay, no brainer. Because what's the answer?
What is this?
A bear.
A bear, boy.
I would rather her not be
Hold
in
on,
the
then
woods
you
with a
said the
bear.
daughter?
What are we talking
Oh
about?
yes,
A daughter?
not being yes.
A bear. What
What
are
are
we
you
doing?
talking
No,
about?
where
Who would
do
you want her in the
want
woods
her to
with?
be with?
A bear. What we doing?
You want her to
Oh.
be with the bear?
Yes.
Oh, I said. I mean,
This is what I want to bring this up.
hold on. Now I see what you're saying.
Please tell me
Yeah.
why
All right,
you would
and
want her.
quickly tell us.
Because you have a daughter, so I don't have a
bro.
perspective like that.
Call it what it is. He ain't knocking down my daughter, my boy. And he ain't.
You'd
Bro,
rather be
The
attracted.
bear, and the bear might be the protector.
Yeah, you never
Like,
know.
call it what it is. Like, the
The
dude
man-
protect.
The
And the
bear
man
is not
can't either?
Harambe.
Come on, cuh. A bear can
Is an
protect
apex
better than. I
predator,
mean, a
can
man
run
can protect better than a
35?
bear.
What?
Yeah, yes.
A man can protect
has a
better than a
gun.
bear.
Man's gun.
Y'all didn't say that.
No.
Y'all didn't say the man
No,
had a
you're
gun.
making
Time
the
out.
assumption
Thank
that the
you,
bear's
thank you,
gonna be
thank you,
protecting.
Thank you.
Huh?
You fell right into the
no,
trap.
no,
Took
Paul.
it.
A bear is a natural. They're naturally out here, hustler, protector, all that. Come
No,
on.
they not. Of
Dude
their
out here
cubs,
salty, thinking about knocking her
of
down
their
first night.
kind. If they're
All that.
kind, bears are racist.
Look,
Bears
dude
are
out here
racist.
plotting. He can't get fish faster than the bear. Bear just go in there, put the claw in there, get the food like this.
Okay, well, where are you going with that?
Bro, I'm
You're
saying
going way too far.
Yeah,
It's,
you're
it's the truth. Bears are bears.
Bears.
Bears building houses.
the B and B Will Cook stands for Bears.
Bears beats Battlestar
Hey,
Galactica.
Shout out to the Chicago Bears for the first pick.
No, but seriously, of course.
No,
it got.
you
But
said-
come on. Of course it got. But come on. That's hard.
No,
I'm
because
sorry,
her point was, and she kind of went on in the video of like, you know, how women feel unsafe around men. And I don't want to diminish that point because it's very true.
Yeah.
But I also think you're not having an honest conversation. It's very dishonest. You walk by thousands of men a day. None of the men have killed you.
It'd be so crazy.
Unalived.
It'd be so.
Sorry.
Yeah,
We
remember,
already
this episode shot.
this episode
It'd be
done.
so crazy. It'd be like, okay,
And
I know that scenarios are real.
Yes.
And people actually get impacted.
but this hypothetical is
Yeah.
too
It's too
hypothetical.
wide.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
way too
again.
wide.
It's not to diminish. There are people who have been unalived by men,
Mhm.
but we can also talk about how there's way more men who have unalived other men than. But we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the point is let's be for real. Right? Let's be for real. Also, if we get down to the logical standpoint, a bear is in the woods and in the forest, and you're in their territory. If I'm out in the woods, most likely, why am I out there? I'm hunting or doing something, right? Hunting or camping.
Yeah, and the bear's gonna think that too.
Right. So why wouldn't you like? I'm not gonna trust somebody who I can't communicate with. I can't communicate with the bear. Besides, say, "Hey, bear," and hope the bear don't kill me. Come on, man. That's
Y'all
just
said,
what's
but y'all
that's.
said the guy had a gun. So if we
We
doing
didn't
that,
say
No,
that.
we didn't say
Who
no.
said that?
No, I didn't say that.
No, I said the guy had a gun
Cori
because you
said that,
said
yeah.
I'm just.
no. You said because a bear can protect you, and I said, well, a guy can have a gun and kill the bear.
Yeah, but then the bear can talk. Seriously, come on. No, I'm just BS.
No, I think, bro, this is gonna sound so shallow. I got chill, but like, whatever happens, I still get to have my daughter. This sounds wild, but it's true. Whatever happens in them woods, well, in one scenario, I might still get to have my daughter. You know what I'm saying? In another scenario, that bear tearing that thing alive. I'm sorry. We know
Nah,
this.
he could be nice.
In the
man.
third
Y'all
scenario,
wild.
she run away from both of them.
Yeah, but we ain't talking about that.
Right.
We just talking about man or bear right now. We ain't talking about
Right.
skate.
But the scenario.
It's so hypothetical you can
But
create
yeah,
anything.
I'm about to say yeah
100%.
because
That's what I
You
said.
can
It's,
just build it.
It's
not
so
a-
wide. Yeah,
right,
it's so
it's
wide.
not an honest conversation.
Yeah, it's too wide.
And that's my point. That's what I wanted to bring around is that, listen, please, we have to release ourselves from the shackles of these hypotheticals online. It's not real life. And you know what they say on X? People will say, go out and what? Touch grass. And that's what you need to do. If you find yourself getting caught up in these conversations, people ain't really like that, bro.
Real
So stay on social media, sure. Filter it out. Drink your tea. Get some sleep. Be well, and we're going to see y'all next week.
What's up?
Then
And
it's
it's
stuck.
Hey.
Hey.